News. Now, with your host, Duke Diggler.
Tonight at 10, local teacher asks, "Are fidget spinners too dank?" More after this. In other news today, Nintendo announced new Pokemon games. Here with the story is our good, handsome friend, Naybor Games. Naybor, thanks Duke, and you're not too bad looking yourself. Thank you. What's up guys, welcome back to Naybor Games. I'm your host Naybor, and today I'm doing something a little different. The other day, Pokemon released information about their newest game coming to both the Nintendo Switch and the 3DS, but I want to touch on that 3DS title. That's right, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. We don't know much about this game right now, and I wanted to point out some key things that I noticed and also maybe do some speculation. Just move forward with that and see what we could dive into. And I'm super excited about this game, just to start out with. Most people weren't. It was a big teaser, kind of. But all in all, Nintendo and Pokemon, they know what they're doing. So one of the key points I wanted to talk about is Nintendo and Game Freak have both talked about how this game is going to be a new adventure. It's going to be a different storyline. That's something that I'm really looking forward to. It's something that they did with a third installment game to begin with. And that leads into another key point. I believe we finally have reached and we have definitive proof that we're not going to have a third installment anymore. That was briefly touched upon with Black and White 2. Black and White 2 were, of course, the sequels to Pokemon Black and White, where Kyurem was featured as the mascot Pokemon, but fused with both Zekrom and Reshiram. That was a really interesting and unique take on the game. I absolutely love that game. I think I still own it, but people are worried that that's what we're running into here with this. We've got, it looks like Necrozma. Necrozma is totally fused together with Solgaleo and Lunala, which leads me to, who's that Pokemon? Is it Necrozma or is it Necrozma with Lunala and Solgaleo? If you take a look at the official art released by Nintendo, you'll see that it looks like a mashup of Necrozma, Lunala, Solgaleo, right? Here are two pictures of Solgaleo and Lunala. Very colorful, very vibrant colors, but if you look at the ones with the fusion of Necrozma, they look very light colored. My theory is that we're looking at Necrozma in a different form. Necrozma's Pokédex actually states that it draws in the light around it and uses it for intense laser beam. Is it too far-fetched to think, far-fetched? Is it too far-fetched though to think it could be drawing in power with light and use it to create forms of other Pokemon? In this case, Lunala and Solgaleo. That's a really interesting concept. It's something we've not seen. Yes, it's similar to Black and White 2, but I think it's a completely different thing. Another thing I wanted to touch on is I believe there's going to be new areas to explore. In the brief trailer that we did get, we did see a little area with a bunch of Pikachus running around and being all cute and stuff. And we also saw a bigger Pokemon Center close to where your house is. So I'm wondering, I'm pretty sure we're going to have some new areas to explore. This is not going to be just a rematch of the same game. Yes, it'll have the same elements. It should have some of the same characters, some of the same design. But we are going to see something a little different. I know it. It's just, that's how Pokemon works. They wouldn't just rehash the same thing over and over for years. And that also leads me to wondering, are we going to have gyms in this one? This is set in a different timeline, so I'm wondering if possibly we may be seeing the return of the gym. Maybe this is like in the future. They were already setting up a Pokemon League. You went through the Elite Four in Sun and Moon. I have a small confession to make. I have not finished Sun and Moon yet. But before Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun come out, I will finish my copy of Moon and I will just love it. Because I really need to catch all the Tapus and the Ultra Beasts and figure out what that's about. Even though I mostly know what it is. With Necrozma having an alternate form, could we possibly see other Pokemon take on a different form as well? I'd like to see maybe, I'm not really in love with the designs of the starter Pokemon evolutions, and I guess this is just me holding out hope that possibly we're going to see some really cool alternate forms that we may get from them. I highly doubt that, but it's just something really cool to think about anyway. Will we see this on the Switch? Nintendo and Game Freak say no. The possibilities are there, That's something that a lot of people want. Keep the hope, guys. I don't think we're going to see this on there, but it'd be great. Also, we probably won't see Sinnoh remakes for the next, year or two, but I'm fine with that. It's a new Pokemon game. I'm excited about it. And if you're like me, you're probably wondering, why did we not get a third installment of X and Y when we got a sequel to Sun and Moon? Well, that's a good question. A really good answer for that is Pokemon was coming up on their 20th anniversary. They needed something big, something groundbreaking that to just bring people back to it, and releasing a third installment of a game was not what they were going to do. So I don't think we'll ever see anything continuing from that, but I wanted to bring that up. So let's round it up with things that we did see. The trailer begins, it shows off your new character. This is obviously, to me, he looks a little bit older, and here we see him running down the trail, and the foliage is very much in bloom. It's very colorful. It looks a lot more colorful than it did in Sun and Moon to me as well. And we also were here standing behind the starter Pokemon instead of standing in front of them. So are we choosing the same starter Pokemon? Is our rival choosing them before us? That's awesome. Also, we get this really cool shot of Togedemaru and Mimikyu with its evil eyes popping out from underneath it, and this really cool shot of Lycanroc you'll see here. And here are both of the new mascot Pokemon for a Pokemon Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun. I did that backwards, I don't care. So what's to come? What's to come from Pokemon? I think we're gonna get exciting new things. We were almost 100% that we were getting a Pokemon Stars. It was in the stars for us. People were looking at it and being like, oh, this is exactly what we're gonna get. I know this. And then Pokemon said, no, you don't know anything. And they've given us this, and I see people that are upset. I see some people excited. Me, for one, I'm super excited. I'm ready for this game. I know we have till November 17th, but I will be there picking up the game. And I'd like to play it for you guys as well. So if you'd like to see that, let me know down in the comments below. To wrap it up, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon coming out November 17th. Pokemon did it again. They wowed us. They took us by surprise. It's something that I've cared about all of my life, all of my childhood. Pokemon has been a huge thing. Ignore all the pretty Batman stuff behind me. If it could all be Pokemon, it probably would be. So I have faith in Pokemon, and you should have faith in Pokemon too. But that's all I've got today, so if you have anything else you'd like to add, any speculations, any ideas, anything you'd want to see in Pokemon Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun, leave it in the comments as well. I'd love to hear from you guys. And I'm going to throw it back to Duke Diggler in the studio. Thank you, Naybor, for that marvelous bit of information. I'm Duke Diggler, and this is my friend Foxy. Hello! And we're watching. Good night! Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a big old thumbs up, and while you're there, hit subscribe for more awesomeness. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you real soon. Catch you on the flip side. And that's the news. I'm Duke Diggler, and this has absolutely no information in it whatsoever. Haha! And that's the news. I'm Duke Diggler, and I'm not wearing any pants right now.